cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, and all kinds of music, all the people, the nations, and the languages fell down and worshipped the golden image that Nebuchadnezzar the king had set up. Father, in the name of Jesus, Lord, we give you glory, honor, and praise this morning. God, we thank you this morning. Hallelujah, for your presence in this place, God. Lord, I pray, God, that you will just speak to all of us. Let your Spirit do the speaking this day, God. Let us hear what the Spirit is saying. And God, we give you glory, honor, and praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Praise the Lord this morning.
Amen.
I don't know if you've seen it on the news this week. You know, I always like to start a news headline. It gives us something to talk about.
All right.
Amen. But on the news this week, there was a headline that really caught my attention, and maybe some of you. They called it a chip party that went on at a company.
Yeah. Yes.
And there was a company of about 85 employees, I believe it was. And 41 out of the 85 had consented to receive a chip inside their arm or their hand, I believe it was. And consented to receive that so that they would have entry into the workplace and be able to log onto the computers and be able to do their job. My first question is, what happens if you get fired? or what happens, if the business shuts down, and then you got this chip in there. But almost half of the people, 41 I believe is what it was, said, I'll take it. And they sat there and they made a big deal about it, and everybody was all in, and news was there, and cameras were there. And there was more that wanted to take it, but they wanted to wait and see just if there was any health effects and see if anything happened to the employees that took it. So they were kind of guinea pigs, right? But, I heard some rumblings that, this could be the mark of the beast and this, and that. But it did get me to think, you see, there's always a pre-run before the real thing.
That's right.
Amen. There's always like that preliminary run that goes out there. When you're running a race, they always have the prelim so that you can qualify for the big race and the main thing. Amen. And see, technology has been so good to us, and God has blessed us with it. It has brought us a long way. And I mean, almost in schools now, I'm not even sure if they use books anymore. I think they might use iPads now. I couldn't tell you, but technology has come so far, amen? I mean, think about it when Sister Betty was talking about the family this morning, and I was thinking about, if you have the kids and you're sitting at home, I know it's just me and my wife, that by the time we get home and sit down, we got the TV on, probably got the Bible open and the phone in one hand, and she's answering emails on her phone in another. This is, technology just consumes us in one way or another, and it finds its way into your life, and it consumes us, amen? And we have to remember that Satan, is the prince of the power of the air. Amen. So that this thing that seems, and this is what happens, is this thing seems so innocent and so good, and these people were laughing and giggling and just had a good old time about it. But in my mind, it's probably a preliminary run up into the real thing. Amen. I want to talk to you this morning. If I had to title the message, I would say it's getting hot in here. Not the song. I know there's a song out there, not the song. But I want to talk to you this morning. Hallelujah. About the ability to stand when it really gets hot. Amen. About the ability to stand. You see, we're in a time where it's dangerous times. Amen. And the Bible tells us, if you want to follow me, if you turn over to Revelation chapter 13, I want to lay a foundation here before we get going. Revelation chapter 13, and we're going to start at verse 14. And he deceiveth them that dwell on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast, saying to them that dwell on the earth, that they should make an image to the beast, which had the wound by a sword and did live. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, and the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast, that they should be killed. And he causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads. And then no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Here is wisdom, let him have understanding, count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 666. You see, there is a time coming that this procedure will take place, and it won't be so fun. There is a time coming that this will be a reality, and there won't be a choice to be able to take it. Amen. There will be a time coming that those that say, oh, well, I just won't take the mark, and I just won't worry about that will stand there and will have to make a tough decision. See, there will be a time coming where your job won't let you in the door unless you have received the mark. There will be a time where you won't be able to withdraw any funds out of your bank account, because it will all be electronic, and it won't be a card that you carry around. It will have to be something that they can get your ID. There will be a time where you won't be able to go and take your child to the hospital, or go to the hospital if you're sick, if you don't have that mark, because they won't have your medical information. You see, it's coming in, it's creeping in nice and slow, and the world's embracing it. You remember, Satan does things subtly.
All right, now.
He doesn't just walk up and say, I'm here to deceive you, amen. But Satan does things subtly. He slowly begins to creep in. And then once he gets in the door, then it all breaks loose, amen. And so slowly he is beginning to take us down that road. You see, it's starting as a little thing now, but sooner or later, because the Word of God said that these days would come, it's going to happen. And so we're heading down that way. And it's going to be an hour that if you and I, or whoever proclaims the name of God, and we say that we know Him, then we're going to have to stand there. And we're going to have to make a conscious decision in that day.
That's right.
Amen. And so we see too many games going on in the church now. And we see too many things that are going on in the church now where just the little things are beginning to draw lines in the church. And just the little issues are beginning to cause churches to take a stand that either they're for God or they're against God. And there's no other way to put it, amen? And we see that, there may even come a time where you might even need that chip to get into the church. Because many will accept it. Hallelujah. But there's a story here about, you have to forgive me, my voice is gone. The devil's been fighting us all weekend. It went for me and my wife, so just forgive me, bear with me, because we're going to preach it anyways, amen? But there's a story here about Daniel and the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Yeah.
And see, they had found favor in the sight of the king. The king was looking for those skilled people that were skilled in all wisdom and all learning and had understanding. And they had taken and put out a meal, and the king said, bring these people in and feed them with my food and feed them with my treats of the kingdom. But Daniel and his crew, if you will, Daniel and the boys said, we don't want to eat the king's food.
That's right.
We don't want to do what the world is doing. You see, we're going to do things a little bit differently. So we're not going to buy in to that stuff that you're giving everybody else. I'm not just going to go along with the program, amen. I'm not just going to follow the crowd on this one. But I'll tell you what to do. You go ahead and keep feeding them that. And you give us balls and water. And you watch what happens after 10 days. It would be nice if the church would begin to stand up and start to reject what the enemy keeps trying to give us, amen, and begin to take a stand and say, that's not how God intended it, and that's not what God's Word said. Sometimes we just have to stand up and proclaim it and let God do it. We don't have to go any further than that. That's why we got to know what the Word says. So I can stand up and say, well, the Word of God says this, and that's it. If you get mad about it, I suggest you start a prayer life and talk to God about it, amen.
Come on.
And so Daniel and the boys went on a 10-day treat of pulse and water. But he had told the guy that was keeping him, he said, I'll tell you what. Because the guy that was keeping him was worried. He was like, no, because when the king sees your countenance, and when the king begins to see your face, that it's not like everyone else's. See, he didn't know. He didn't know who God was for. But he said that when the king begins to see him, then I'm going to be in trouble. When he sees you're not looking like the rest of the ones in the kingdom there, then I'm going to be the one that is in trouble. He said, don't worry about it. After 10 days, let's just do this thing. And after 10 days, if we look worse than that, then fine, we'll go ahead and do what we got to do. Don't you know that 10 days later, And the Bible said that their countenance was much more greater and much more fair than the countenance of those that ate the king's food. Amen. Sometimes when you set yourself apart for God and you separate yourself and you don't go through the rigor mortis that the world is going through, and you don't just follow along and you begin to stand, you will shine brighter than the rest of them. Amen. You will look a lot different. And you know what? It may cause a separation. It may cause everyone to leave you alone. It might cause everyone to stop talking to you. It might cause you, you know what? It might drive you into the wilderness, so to speak. But sometimes God will show you something, and He said, do you want to partake of that or not? He said, you got to come up from among them and be separate. Touch not the unclean thing. And if you know anything about Nebuchadnezzar, it wasn't much clean about him at that time. Amen? Hallelujah. And so they got, when their countenance began to show forth, they got to come before the king with all this, and they had the favor of the king. And so the king set them up. They said that you're gonna be my boys, you're my go-to guys. Daniel, you're the one for all understanding, and the other Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego for the learning and the wisdom. So they had them also. Here we are, we got favor with the king. Just like that. You got favor, you know, with these people. And then the trouble starts.
Right.
Have you ever been with the crowd for a minute and they like you until they find out what you stand for? You ever been around somewhere and they want you to come over, they want you to hang out, they're calling you and texting you, sending you messages on social media and whatever they do, and then they find out what you stand for? And then there was a decree that had gone out, and the king said that this golden statue that I made, when you hear the music, everyone bow down.
That's right.
Everyone bow down. And that scripture we read said they everyone bow down, but then there came some sneaky Chaldeans up. There's always people, hallelujah, that are watching you.
That's right.
Always.
Now I would have to imagine that these boys could have been hard to miss in this situation. Because when the music blowed, everybody bowed down except for four.
That's right.
I imagine it wasn't hard to point them out at that time. It wasn't hard to know who it was, amen?
Right.
But they went to the king and they was like, oh, listen here. You said, hallelujah. They said, you said that if they didn't bow down and they didn't go with the flow and they didn't do as you commanded us to do, that they had to be thrown into the fire.
That's right.
Hallelujah. And see, there's coming a time where if you don't do as the world, and you already see it now, because now we're bigots, and now we're haters, and now we're every bad thing that they can think of, amen? If I don't agree with you, I hate you.
Come on.
And that's how we're portrayed now. When you stand for God, now we're beginning to see what the disciples went through. And they had Jesus that walked with them before them, but now you're beginning to see. You see, history always repeats itself. History always repeats itself. And you see the opposition that they began to face. And now the church in this hour is beginning to go down that long road where it's not glamorous no more. It's not about coming in on Sunday morning and get my praise on anymore. It's not about putting my finest on and just go sit in the church so I can be seen anymore. But now the church is getting its definition. The church is finding out who we really are. Amen. Hallelujah. And we see those that aren't for Christ are beginning to slowly fall away. Beginning to slowly fade away. I always love when somebody said, I'll serve God no matter what. And then your words get tried with fire. I've said it a million times. I'll serve Him. God, I messed up. I'm coming back to you. I'll serve you again. And the words get tried with fire. And the next thing you know, I'm back in a little bit worse shape. And I said, God, I go to that service or something, and God moved on me. I said, God, I'm coming back again. God, forgive me. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. Yeah. And I had a true repentance about me. And I come back, and whatever would happen, and I go back in it.
Right.
And I be worse. And see, the words will be tried by fire.
Yes, it will be.
And what's happening is, you tell me that you'll stand for God no matter what. And you say that no matter what comes your way that you're going to choose God. But what if you're in that day where you have to take the chip and you look around because your kids haven't eaten in a couple days? They took the 3 Hebrew children and named them.
That's right.
Because the king had to uphold his word. You couldn't make the king look bad.
That's right.
And these were the king's chosen people. He said, you guys didn't bow down? You know your fate. Hallelujah. He said, you didn't bow down? You know your fate. The Bible said, let me get back to my scripture. Hallelujah. You catch my breath.
Go ahead, brother.
I like the stand that they took, and I want you to see this. You know, I always like to show you the word, because that way if you don't read it through the week, you get your little bit of morsel of bread today, amen?
All right now.
You get your little morsel, Sister Maddie.
All right now.
You see, when you're a preacher or teacher, you go through this thing, and when God gives you something, you go over it again and again. You eat the same meal over and over, and then you, God, is that you? I'm sick of eating the same thing, God. And you practice it this way, you practice it that way.
Amen.
It's like going to the buffet, just get the same thing every
All
time.
right now.
God said, this is what I gave you, just go with it. Where was I? Just go with it. Hallelujah. And he said in verse, I want you to see this in verse 15. He said, now if you be ready, then at the time. Now he was giving them another chance. The world is giving you another chance to conform to its ways. Hallelujah. He said, now if you're ready this time, I know you messed up once. I know that you're not as hateful as it seems. You know, I know that you're nice. I mean, I wouldn't have set you up in my kingdom if, we had known this. So I know that you're a good person, right? But he said, now if you be ready, then at what time you hear the sound of the music, the cornet, flute, harp, sackbut, psaltery, dulcimer, and all kinds of music, you fall down and worship the image which I have made well. But if you worship not, you shall be cast the same hour into the midst of a burning fiery furnace. And who is that God that shall deliver you out of my hands?
All right now, come on.
Hallelujah. And in 16 they said, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered and said to thee, O King Nebuchadnezzar, we are not careful to answer thee in this manner. In other words, I don't care what you say. I'm going to tell you this right now. If it so be that our God, whom we serve, is able to deliver us. Hallelujah. If it so be that our God, who we serve, is what? Able to deliver us. Somebody say he is able to deliver us. He is able, listen.
More than able.
Hallelujah. He is able to deliver us from the burning fiery furnace, and he will deliver us out of thine hand, O King. But if not, you talk about being ready to go.
That's right.
Hallelujah. But if not, be it known unto you, O King, that we will not serve thy gods, nor worship the golden image which thou hast set up.
Come on now.
Boldness. They knew what punishment that they were going to face. They knew what was coming. Church, we hear it Sunday in and Sunday out. We hear it time and time again.
Yeah.
We know what is coming. You know the Bible. I mean, what other religion can give you the end from the beginning? I mean, the Bible gives you everything that you need to live by. And it gives us an understanding of what is to come and what we will face.
Right.
And they knew what they were about to face. They knew that standing up and proclaiming that the God that is able to deliver me is who I'm going to serve. And it doesn't matter what your circumstances. And it doesn't matter what the situation looks like. Are you hearing me this morning? Amen? And so the king said, well, that's the way you're going to do it. bind them.
Yes.
Bind them. You know, I've read that passage a few times. But this time that word stuck out. He said, bind them and cast them into the furnace. Bind them. Bind them. He said, and he commanded the most mighty men that were in his army. The strongest men he had, the most mighty men. You see how the enemy is here. Whew. Hey, listen now. When you declare that you're going to serve God and God only, when you declare that there is no other way, look out. He's not sending the weakest of the weak to come and get you, but he's sending the mighty men that are in his army. He's sending the strongest demons that he possibly can. He's bringing the greatest affliction he could probably bring. He's coming at you with all that he has. Amen. When you declare that God is my God and Jesus died for me and I've accepted him and I refuse to move no matter what, be ready, because the mighty men are coming to bind you up. The mighty men are coming to cast you out. And every time we're going to look around and say, God, how did I get here? And God, what is going on? God, I'm faithful to you, God. I'm called out to you, God. Lord, I'm a prayer, God. What is going on? When the mighty men have come and they bound them up. These were great men of God. They were faithful to God. They walked obedient. They put him to the test so God could show who he was. And God gave them favor among them. And yet and still they find themselves bound up and cast in the furnace. The Bible said that furnace was so hot that when the men carried them in and threw them in, that they died. He's coming at us with such a force, with such a hatefulness, with such a revenge on his mind, that he will spare his own to get to you.
Come on.
Amen.
That's right.
Because he don't care about them.
All right.
He wants you.
That's right.
Because you're a threat to the kingdom.
That's right.
You're a threat. You're walking around, hallelujah, with what he used to have. You're walking around, hallelujah, in the presence that he used to be in. You're walking around, hallelujah, in that place that he used to stand. And you're walking around with the power and authority that he used to have. And you're walking around with the crown of the king upon your head. And you're walking around with the favor that he once had. So it's no clue why he wants to come after you. Think about it. You remember when you used to have that one thing, it was your favorite thing, and you don't got no more, you want it.
That's right.
Get you so mad. And then you see somebody when he's playing it in front of you.
That's great.
Just playing with it in front, just flaunt you. But when you walk upright before God, and you stay faithful, and you stay faithful, and you continue to do what God has called you to do, that's what you're doing in front of the enemy.
That's right.
Drives him crazy. He can't stand the image of God. Look what he's done to the kids.
Yeah.
I remember when I was coming up, it was tattoos and piercings, and I was all in. Got some stupid tattoos now, I wish I never got. Like, destroy that part of my flesh. But it started with a little bit of rebellion. In the 70s, we were free love. And, you know, I mean, but you see, each generation has their own theme in their own mind. And now we see what the enemy is doing to our kids.
That's right.
Stealing their identity.
Yeah, that's right.
Their mom and dad are supporting it. Stealing their identities.
Hey.
Telling them that they're not who God called them to be.
That's right.
I know we talk about it every week, but you have to understand this is a real battle. If he can confuse you and say you're not who you're supposed to be, guess what? You won't be what you're supposed to be.
That's right.
And so no wonder he's coming after us to bind us up. And no wonder, you know, that sometimes, Sister Betty, we think we got him all guarded up this way, but he finds his way in that way. And so we go fortify this way. He's constantly prized on the prowl, seeing if he can get in. And whether you serve God or not, he's coming for you.
Yeah, that's right.
And so these men serve God, and here they find themselves in a sticky, hot situation.
Yeah.
7 times hotter, bound up and cast into the middle of the fire. Has anybody been there? Hallelujah. Could anyone say, God, I've been in the midst of it? Where you're surrounded and it looks like there's no way out. Where your hands are tied with situations that you have prayed to God about. And say, God, if only you could deliver me from this situation. Has anyone been there where your finances have gone to zero? Where you're bankrupt? Where the kids are running the streets and you can't control them?
Right.
Situations out of your hands, but you're doing what you're supposed to be doing with God. Has anyone been there? And here they are, bound up,
Right.
cast into the fire. And the king throws them in there. After love he looks, he's like, wait a minute, you know I can count. I know I brought you guys over. I mean, I got the best man in the kingdom. I know I can count. And he's asked his boys, did we not throw 3 up in the fire? Why do I see 4?
All right now.
And why there's one that looks like the Son of Man?
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Even in the fire. When you're bound up and you've got nowhere to go. When it's as hot can be. Even in the fire, he was standing there and they were still breathing. Even in the fire, he was standing there and they were still all right. Even in the fire, when everything was going wrong and they can't figure out how they got in the situation, everything was all right. Because that one that looked like the Son of Man was standing there with them. And I like that the king come out, and I can see it now. As he comes down off his throne, he's like, wait a minute. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego come out. But I wonder why he didn't say, Jesus, why don't you come on out? You ever wonder why he only called 3 and not 4?
Right. Go ahead.
He said, come on out.
Hey, go ahead.
Come on out.
That's good.
Come on out. But he wasn't ready for the 4th one to come out. He wasn't ready. See, he already declared once that, oh, your God is the God and we're going to serve him. But he had a chance then to go ahead and call the 4th one out too. And say, God, come on out. But no, he only called the 3. You see, so we don't want to call God out to our situation. Then he doesn't still want to do what he wanted to do. Even though he declared with his mouth that, look, we're going to serve your God. His heart was still far from him. Amen. A lot of the church declare with our mouths that we're going to serve God. But our hearts are far from him. Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego declared they were going to serve God. And they stood the test of time. And while in the midst of the furnace, with all that was going on, there was a 4th one in there with him, the Son of Man, and all was well.
Hallelujah. Go ahead.
Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. Hallelujah.
I like when he looked into the fire, he seen the 4. You know what? They weren't bound no more. What's that verse say? He said, I see 4 loose.
That's right.
There's times when the devil made you think that you're bound up and you're not going to do it. That you're not free to do it. That song we said, free to worship. That you're not free to worship. That you're not free. But in the midst of the fire, when the Son of Man came on the scene, they were walking around loose in the middle of it. They were walking around loose in the heat of the fire. You see, there's 2 things you can let that fire do to you. You can let it burn you, or you can let God deliver you out of it.
That's right.
And I like this verse. I want you to see this. Verse 25. He answered and said, Lo, I see 4 men loose, walking in the midst of the fire. And they have no hurt. And the 4th, or the 4th is like the Son of God. I'll jump down to verse 27 as we get ready to close. And the princes, governors, captains, and the king's counselors, being gathered together, saw these men, upon whose bodies the fire had no power.
Come on now. Hallelujah.
The fire had knows power. He might put you in the midst of it. He might tie you up and throw you in the midst of it. But you got to understand, he ain't got no power unless you give it to him. He ain't got no power. Now see, if they would bow down and bow down to Nebuchadnezzar, they wouldn't have been there, but they did. They took a stand. And so they did. When God shows up,
All right now.
when God shows up, there's a deliverance coming. Unlike anything you've ever seen. When God shows up, you see they came out the fire. There wasn't a hair burn. There wasn't a cloth burn. There was no evidence. You ever been around a fire? You come out smelling like smoke. Sit. When God shows up, there is a complete deliverance from anything that the enemy has put on you.
Hallelujah. And it's
Thank you,
true.
Jesus.
When God shows up,
Hey.
in the midst of it, in the midst of the trial, in the midst of the situation, I don't care what it is. I don't care who you're interceding for. I don't care what you're praying for.
That's right.
When God shows up, there is a true deliverance.
Yes.
You don't have to fake it. They will know.
That's right.
They will say, but I thought you were. But I thought you were. But you were. No. What I am is delivered. What I am is free this morning.
Amen.
God has given me freedom and deliverance this morning. He has given it to all of us.
That's right.
The fire had no power. Let's all stay here. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. We forget that the word says he would never leave nor forsake us.
That's
He
right.
didn't leave them in the midst of the fire. It was an opportunity for him to show up and show Nebuchadnezzar who he was.
Right.
Right.
It's an opportunity sometimes when you're in the midst of the deepest, darkest trial that you're going through. It may not be just for you, but it may be an opportunity for him to show up and show someone else just who he is.
Yes.
It's an opportunity for your faith to grow and say that with God, nothing shall be impossible.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah.
Nothing. No matter where I'm at. No matter what I'm going through that. With God, nothing shall be impossible. You had me bound up and now I'm loose. Nothing shall be impossible. Hallelujah. Let me ask you this morning. Are you still bound in the fire? Or are you walking around loose?
Come on now.
Hallelujah. Are you bound in the fire just laying there accepting what the enemy has put on you? Accepting where the enemy has placed you? Or are you loose and walking around freedom this morning? I don't know, but I'm going to open the altar up. And there is no God like our God.
Right.